x? Is it 1 or is it 5?
5.
1. X comes before y. So 1 is my x, 5 is my y. If we're using the formula b is equal to y minus m times x, which we got a whole lot of practice with yesterday during Matho, we just plug in 5 for y, negative 2 for m, and 1 for x. So b is equal to 5 minus negative 2 times 1. Don't even worry about the 5 and the minus just yet. All we want to do is multiply these two numbers. What's 1 times negative 2? Negative 2. Thank you, Darius. Now we bring down the minus and bring down the 5. If we do it like that, if we focus on just the multiplication first, we're going to avoid a lot of minus sign confusion when it comes time for the next step. All right? Because if you just look at all this and go, oh, that's negative 2, and then you write the minus there, you forget to bring that minus down, you're going to get a whole different answer, right? What happens when we see two minus signs right next to each other, Devin? What do they turn into? A big plus, like that. And what's 5 plus 2?
7.
7, good. 7, it's all right. I think we're all tired, so I feel it. So we get a b value of 7. Now, with that b value, we're also going to take our m value and plug them into our slope-intercept form. Y is equal to mx plus b. Very similar to the formula we just used to find b, but it's in our correct order of Yo Mama's ex-boyfriend, right? And because this is the slope-intercept form, we want to sub out the slope and sub out the intercept. So we can write the equation y is equal to, what's going to go in front of my x? Negative 2, thank you. X plus what? 7. Boom. Just like that. This is the equation of our line. All right? A lot of this stuff is really, really similar to what we talked about at the end of term 1 in unit 3, right? But this unit, unit 4, is focused solely on writing these equations given different scenarios, which we'll build on today when we take a look at some tables. Questions I could answer about number 2? Perfect. Let's drop down to 6 here. We've got a fraction. Fractions are our friends. 15 is my x, negative 2 is my y. B is equal to y, which is negative 2, minus m, which is 1/3, times x, which is 15. Now with these fraction problems, I had some people asking me questions yesterday where they would say, how do I do 1/3 of negative 2? Right? So they had 15 minus 1/3 times negative 2. If you see a fraction multiplied by a value that doesn't give you an even answer, all that tells you is that you plugged in your numbers incorrectly. 1/3 of 15 is going to come out nice and even, right? What would that be? Well, what's 15 divided by 3? 5. So 1/3 of 15 is 5. Right? If we took that number 15, broke it up into 3 even parts, it would be 5, 5, and 5. Yes? Bring down the minus, bring down the negative 2, and we can subtract to find our b. Negative 2 minus 5 more gives me what? 3 is very close. That would be if we were adding 5. Negative 7, right? Spend $2, spend $5. In total, you spent $7. It's probably annoying hearing that from me now, but we got to keep thinking of it like that. Because when you're out of middle school, out of high school, living in the real world, that's going to be what sticks, is knowing how much you're spending. So b's negative 7. We're going to take that 1/3 is equal to m and plug it in. Y is equal to 1/3 x minus 7. Because our b value is negative, we want to make sure we're subtracting it in our equation. All that tells us is that we intercept the y-axis 7 spaces below the origin. Anyone get this equation here for number 6? Thumbs up real quick if that's what you got. A couple people? Good. And I anticipate that a lot of us didn't get this done. That's fine. Right? Usually you have plenty of time to finish it in class. Yesterday we didn't. So yeah. I don't know. Down to 7. Another fraction. 16 is my x, 9 is my y. B is equal to 9 minus 1/4 of 16. What's 16 divided by 4? 4. And 9 minus 4 gives us 5. Look how quick we can do that once we're nice and comfortable and confident with it. Take my m and plug it in. Y is equal to m, which is 1/4. X plus b, which is 5. All good on 7? You got it? Good. Flipping on over. Last one. 13 on the back. Slope of 1 through the point 5,3. 5 is my x. 3 is my y. B is equal to y, which is 3, minus m, which is 1, times x, which is 5. What's 1 times 5?
5.
Thank you. And 3 minus 5 gives me what? Negative 2. Perfect. Whenever you're subtracting a larger number, your answer will be negative. Right? So our equation, y is equal to 1x minus 2. Or we can write y is equal to x minus 2. Either one is fine with me. I don't care. That invisible one can be visible or not. It's up to you, whatever you're more comfortable with. If you like seeing that one in front, great. If you know that when you don't see a coefficient, that coefficient is 1, even better. There's number 3. All right, 3 will be our last one. Back to the front. M times x. My x is 8. So b is equal to 6 minus 1/2 times 8. What's half of 8? 4. What's 6 minus 4? 2. Y is equal to 1/2 x plus 2. Just like that. If you are done with this, if you've got all, 16 problems completed, please go ahead and pass this up to whoever's in seat A for me. You can return your red pens to their home.